There's a certain kind of road you only notice after dark. During the day it looks harmless, ordinary, just another stretch of pavement cutting through farmland or woods. You might drive it 100 times and never think twice about it. But at night, something changes. The air feels thicker, the shadows stretch longer, and the road stops feeling like a place people use. It starts feeling like a place something else inhabits. Just outside the small town of Elkhorn, Wisconsin, there's a road like that. A famous road, actually. There's even a whole book written about it. Strap in, passenger, make sure your seatbelt is on tight. As we talk about Bray Road. If you drive it during the day, you wouldn't see anything unusual. It's actually a pleasant drive. Sprawling fields, well-worn fences, a few scattered houses, lush trees lining the shoulders. It's quiet, sure, but the peaceful, rural kind of quiet. The kind that feels safe. At night, though, Bray Road feels different. The darkness out there isn't like city darkness. There are no streetlights, no glow from storefronts or traffic signals. Once the sun goes down, the only light you'll see is whatever your headlights happen to catch. And sometimes, that's the problem. In the late 1980s, people started reporting strange encounters along Bray Road. At first, they sounded like the usual rural rumors. A shadow in the distance, something dark crossing the road too fast to identify, eyes reflecting back from the tree line. But then the stories started getting more specific, dare I say, more horrific. Drivers described seeing a large figure standing near the roadside, not crouched like an animal, not slinking through the brush, but standing, upright. At a distance, it looked like a man. Tall, broad shoulders. Maybe someone in a heavy coat. But as their headlights got closer, the details would come into focus. The figure was not wearing a coat. It was covered in dark hair. Its arms hung too low, almost to its knees. Its posture was hunched, but powerful. And its face, well, it wasn't human. Witnesses described a long snout, pointed ears, eyes that reflected the light like an animal's, but stared back with something that felt disturbingly intelligent, like it knew it was being watched. If I had to put a name on it, I'd call it a werewolf. But then again, I haven't seen it in person. One eyewitness claimed that she was driving home late one night when she saw what she thought was a man crouched in the road. She slammed on her brakes, terrified that she'd hit someone. But when she got out of the car, her heart pounding, she realized the shape was wrong. Too big, too hairy, too animal. And before she could react, it ran. Not on 4 legs, on 2, sprinting into the darkness beside the road with long, powerful strides. She got back in her car and drove the rest of the way home without looking in the rear view mirror, which was probably a very smart move on her part. Another driver reported something even stranger, if you can believe it. He was heading down Bray Road late at night when he saw a shape ahead of him. As he got closer, he realized it was a large creature crouched over something in the road. It was feeding. When the headlights hit it, the creature slowly stood up. It didn't run, it didn't panic. It just turned and stared at the car. The man said the eyes locked onto him. Then it walked calmly, deliberately, into the trees. Not ran, mind you, walked. As if it knew the woods belonged to it. Over time, these sightings piled up. Different people, different years, same terrifying description. Tall, hairy, upright, wolf-like. Some called it a werewolf. Others called it a Bigfoot-type creature. Eventually, it earned a name that stuck. The Beast of Bray Road. What makes the story so unsettling isn't just the creature itself, it's the witnesses. These weren't thrill-seekers or attention-hungry teenagers. Many of them were farmers, night shift workers, people who'd spent their entire lives in rural Wisconsin, living quiet, unassuming lives, not searching for the limelight. People who knew what a bear looked like. People who knew the difference between an animal and something else. Some of them refused interviews. Others only spoke anonymously. Clearly they didn't want fame and were afraid of being laughed at. And in a small town, that kind of reputation sticks to you. Investigators tried to explain it away. Escaped animals, large dogs, misidentified wildlife. Halloween pranks gone wrong. But the descriptions didn't match. And what idiot would wear a wolfman costume in the middle of the night on a deserted stretch of road, waiting for a car to drive by? Now, we'd mentioned bears. Could it have been a bear? Bears don't have narrow shoulders. They don't run long distances on 2 legs. As a matter of fact, they're rarely on 2 legs. And they don't stare at people the way the witnesses described, as if the thing was hungry for them. To this day, the sightings continue. Always at night, always on Bray Road. Some locals started avoiding Bray Road after dark. Others drove it faster, refusing to slow down, even if something appeared ahead. The locals learned to fear the road. And then there were the ones who got curious. People who went looking for the beast. That's how every good horror movie begins, right? They'd drive out late at night, windows cracked, headlights cutting through the fog, scanning the tree line for movement, waiting for glowing eyes, waiting for a silhouette to step out onto the road. Most of them never saw anything, but a few did. And almost all of them said the same thing afterward. They wish they hadn't gone to Bray Road. Because once you see something like that, something that shouldn't exist, you can't unsee it. Every dark road starts to feel different. Every shadow feels deeper. Every pair of headlights in the distance feels like something watching you back. Bray Road is still there today. Same fields, same trees, same quiet stretch of asphalt. During the day, you could drive it and never know its history, never feel the weight of the stories attached to it. But at night, when the fog rolls in and the road is empty, when your headlights are the only light for miles, you might start to understand why some locals take the long way home. Because if something is still out there, Bray Road is exactly the kind of place it would choose. And if you ever find yourself driving down a lonely country road after midnight, and you see something standing just beyond the reach of your headlights, my friend, don't slow down. Don't stop. And whatever you do, do not get out of the car.